Stephen Ulaki is a documentary filmmaker, a former HBO studio executive, a feature producer, and most recently, Dean of the School of Film and Television at Loyola Marymount University for 8 years. Last year, he stepped down from LMU, and weeks later was accepted into the Academy and joined the Nicholl Fellowships Committee. He is currently working on a documentary on progressive evangelicals. Presenting the award to Sean Malcolm is Stephen Ulaki.
I'd like to say that when I first started out, when I fell in love with film, I made documentaries. And then when I started doing features, fiction work, I still always found that films that had a documentary basis, or that could have been documentaries, were the ones that most interested me. I look, for example, the Battle of Algiers, a film that can take the reality of documentary. Yes, you would applaud. The reality the documentary does, and yet at the same time, what you can't get in a documentary, a fictional film can supply. When I read Mother, I was absolutely overwhelmed by the fact that I thought I was seeing something that could become as good a film as the Battle of Algiers. It is absolutely timeless work. You get a sense of some of the drama in that terrific scene that you just saw. And I just wanted to, I'm very, very proud to be able to present the writer of that script, Sean Malcolm, the Nicholl Fellowship Award, because I hope and really pray and think that there's a good chance that that film, that script could be made into a film, because it actually the timing is perfect, absolutely perfect. And for whoever's interested in the film, and I know some people are interested in it already, I would just urge that and hope that happen. And on that note, I'd like to ask Sean Malcolm to step up.
Wow. Stephen, I had no idea that you were going to equate me with something like that, and your words are so kind. Thank you so much. It's very hard to see all of you out there, but I know you're there. I have a few words. I'll try to do it quickly because I know we're on a time limit, but the truth is I do have a few things to say. So thank you for that introduction. Thank you, these actors. That was absolutely incredible. You guys are amazing for sharing your talent and time tonight and breathing my words, our words, into life for the very first time. When you write something, you don't have the benefit of anything other than hear it in your head, and you guys are absolutely stunning. Thank you, Gita, for directing these scenes. It's incredible. Obviously, I have to thank the entire Nicholl team, Joan and Randy and Chris and Melissa. Wherever you guys are out there, you're absolutely amazing. This week has been phenomenal. And of course, all the readers and the Academy judges who give their time every year and their energy to this incredible fellowship. We could not do this without you, and you guys are so generous. Also, I just want to say a shout out to the Nicholl alumni who spent their time with us this week. They shared their wisdom with us, and that was incredibly, incredibly helpful. Of course, lastly but not least, in terms of my initial thanks, we have to thank Don and Guy Nicholl for the creation of this fellowship. This fellowship has been such an inspiration to me and so many writers around the world for so many years. It's an incredible gift, and obviously an incredible legacy. So thank you to them. Also, I just want to quickly say thank you to the Academy, because I've always really, really wanted to say that, wherever the Academy is. And thank you specifically to the committee, all the members of the committee. You guys, this honor, that you've bestowed on me and the other 4 fellows this year it's really beyond comprehension. I'm absolutely humbled. And also the other finalists that were in our group. It's an incredible group of writers, and I'm absolutely stunned by all the talent and just privileged to be part of this. Words are never really going to fully capture what this means to me, but I am a writer, so I figured I would try. Imagine you've been slaving away at this maddening pursuit called screenwriting for 20 plus years, and you've really gotten comfortable with the idea of obscurity. It's fine, really. Total obscurity, it's very comfortable, I'm good with it. And then suddenly one day, you find yourself in the Academy's headquarters on the 7th floor of this very building. You've just had lunch with Eva Marie Saint in a room full of legends and icons. Your phone is buzzing because a producer is trying to get a hold of you, somebody who wants to make your script. You step out into the lounge to return the phone call. You're looking at the panoramic view of the Hollywood Hills, and you find yourself staring right at the Hollywood sign. It's literally, it's ridiculous, right? It's so on the nose, nobody would ever buy it. The only thing that came into my mind was a Talking Heads song, Once in a Lifetime. And you may say to yourself, well, how did I get here? Literally. And then it was, oh my God, what have I done? That's the magic of the Nicholl. That's what this is. So how did I get here? Very quickly, we all take a different path. Aaron's path, so straight and narrow. Mine, so circuitous, if that's the way you pronounce it. Circuitous, thank you. So the truth is, my journey began 21 years ago in 1998. And in 1998, I actually submitted my very first screenplay. And ironically, as evidence, I have my very first letter right here. And actually, I was looking at this today. I mailed this script to 8949 Wilshire Boulevard, which is the building we are standing in. Or I'm standing and you're sitting in. 21 years ago. And yes, for the kids out there, we did mail them in. There was not a thing called PDF. So if you can imagine thousands of physical scripts coming to this building, and how they did it is just unbelievable. Shortly after that letter was sent in, I got my first Dear Sean. Unfortunately, your screenplay did not advance to the quarterfinals, and so began a very long and twisted romance. From 98 to 2019, year after year, I kept writing, submitting. I tried dramas. I wrote a black comedy. I wrote some science fiction. I did a ghost story. I did a techno thriller. What do these guys want from me? I even wrote a screenplay about a screenwriter who writes a screenplay about a screenwriter, and one of them dies along the way. I forget which one it was. It wasn't being John Malkovich, trust me. Mostly it went like this: Dear Sean, each year the competition gets harder. We regret to inform you that your script, blah, 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 blah. But here's the thing. Every single time I felt like giving up, a little piece of positive reinforcement, of validation would come my way from the Nicholl. Congratulations, you made the quarter with this script. Congratulations, this one has advanced. They would pull me back in. And then came Mother. And this story, unlike so many others, it started with a single photograph. It was a picture of a young boy in Aleppo, about the same age as my son, who's here tonight. He had just survived an airstrike just minutes before. And I knew I had to somehow tell his story. I didn't know who he was, and I probably never will. But for the first time in my life, I tried writing from my heart instead of my head, and that made a huge difference. It's a lesson as a writer that I will never forget. I know this is a celebration tonight, but it would not be right for me to stand here and not say a word about the Syrian people. It's simply this: We do not have to accept what is happening to our fellow human beings on this planet. We do not. Every one of us can make a difference together, especially when we act together. If you want to help but you're unsure how, a great place to start is to simply go to whitehelmets.org or rescue.org. They are doing work on the ground, and you, with a few bucks, can make a difference. Let me just wrap up quickly by thanking the people who've made a difference in my life. My mom, Patty, is here tonight. Mom, I love you. I have no doubt that my loyalty and love and respect for all the women in my life began with you. I want to thank all my friends and family that are here tonight and around the world. There's too many of you. It's a tree with many branches, but your love and support has meant everything to me, and I appreciate it so much. I especially want to thank my beautiful wife, Ivana. She's here tonight as well. Everyone knows I won the lottery when I met you. Among so many other things that I love about you, your instincts are flawless. And so even though we have different taste in film, I know that if I write something I like and you actually like it too, I might have actually done something very decent. My two kids are here tonight, Juliana and Aiden. Guys, you're my pride and joy. I love you with all my heart, and being your dad is the best gift I will ever have. And lastly, I just have to thank my dad, Robert Furel. He was many things in his life. He was also an English professor and an absolute connoisseur of the written word. And for a self-taught writer like myself, who never made it to college, having him as a dad turned out to be a bit of incredible good fortune. Even though we were so far apart, thousands of miles apart for many years, he read all my scripts, he gave me his feedback, and he never once said a harsh word or said anything about my stories. He only ever encouraged me. Mother turned out to be the last script that he would ever read. He told me he loved it, and he was convinced that something good was bound to come of it. And tonight proves he was right, as he usually was. And so I just want to accept this fellowship in his spirit, because I know it's his love of language that is embedded in my DNA. It is his love of story that runs in my blood. And it is his kindness as both a father and a teacher that is forever written in my heart. Thank you. Thank you.
That was beautiful.